Good morning. Today is the 9th of September, and yesterday a very kind man from MG Motor UK dropped this 2021 MG HS plug-in hybrid exclusive off so that we could have it for a week. As some of you know, this month marks the 3rd anniversary of the Lloyd Vehicle Consulting YouTube channel. And so we've got a series of trips to make in this car to film some of the sort of favourite types of car that we've had so far, which is interesting. Because as you can see, I'm putting it on charge at the moment. The car was dropped off yesterday, so there is actually a little bit of footage that I'm going to put in just a second, whilst I was filming with Mr Bill from the Wull's Wheels channel yesterday, because he only had yesterday to be able to do his video of this, so he had to take it straight away, and I forgot to do much of the way of filming yesterday. This car costs around £32,500, which you might think is a lot of money. But plug-in hybrid cars are quite expensive, and actually, if you compare this to something like a Hyundai Tucson plug-in hybrid, it costs around £7,000 less. So it is quite a big difference from some of the other competitors, and they're actually just normal hybrid versions of this car, which cost more money than this in top spec trim, like this one is. At the moment, it is on charge. I think it should say connecting in a moment and tell me how charged. It does take a little while to actually register. There we go. It takes a while to register what's going on. So I've got 21 miles at the moment. The range of this car supposedly is about 32 miles on the WLTP cycle on just electric power alone. If you obviously combine the two, then it rises to over 300 miles. Now, last night, the petrol range, after I'd been to Salisbury to meet up with Mr Bill, said I had around 230 miles of petrol. So we should be okay to get up to Chester, which is where we're going today. And we'll have a proper walk around of the car later on. Don't need to do it now, particularly as it's plugged in and it's charging from just a normal 3-pin plug, which takes a long time. Full charge for one of these from a 3-pin plug is around 8 hours. If you go for a 7 kilowatt charger, and I do actually in the boot have a cable for the 7 kilowatt, what we call fast charger, which isn't really that fast these days, but that's what they used to call it, so the name is stuck. That's about, I think, 3 hours. Obviously, it's best to charge a plug-in hybrid as much as you can to get near the claimed fuel economy of 155.8 miles per gallon. If you just don't charge it, then you don't get anywhere near that. Right, well, maybe when I'm on the road somewhere, then I will report back. As you can see, viewers, a new chapter has started in a journey with another MG, and I'm here with Mr Bill. We're at Wilton near Salisbury, where he's just filmed his review, and he's going to have to go now because it's slightly overran due to the most bizarre situation ever, what I'll tell you about another time. Yes. But thank you, Mr Bill, once again. There will be a full review of this car on the Wull's Wheels channel, and there'll also be another review on another channel coming up. But for now, yes, I better go back to Eastleigh, and I will tell you more about this car in the morning. Okay, viewers, the car is showing 32 miles of electric range. I have just charged it up. It's only showing 205 miles of fuel. I don't know why. It was a bit more than that last night. I presume as I get going it might be a bit, but just clear this door open. Warning. Come on, go away. Don't need all these warnings. Right, cycle through till we get to the So I know the door's open. There we go. Right, that's the average figure since the car was last reset. I am actually going to reset this because I think it will actually help, and we will see what happens when we get to the northwest. Okay viewers, we've made it to Chester. Some of you might actually recognise my father-in-law's 2010 Vauxhall Astra 1.4 Active, an Astra H or Mark V from Tweed Jacket Reviews from October 2019. This is what it looks like without the roof box on it, because actually when we tested it had the roof box on it. So the car has made it. I think we've done some in the region of 250 miles today in this. Unfortunately, what happened is that the range wasn't quite what I thought it would be. It was a bit tight anyway, looking at the statistics that I was seeing, and we had to fill up. We chose to fill up actually near Albury in the West Midlands, and my father-in-law's very kindly allowed us to plug in, which is great. There's a socket just underneath the window. It's very convenient. The electric range was down because we were using the EV mode in traffic on the M6. It went down to about 22%, so we're just charging it up overnight to get the most out of that. So what we can do is, if I just kind of very carefully move this cable, get in, keyless entry of course, and it will tell us the charging stage. I think whatever way I'll be able to show you in here. LED interior light. Look at this, viewers. Panoramic sunroof with LED interior lights. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So 8 miles of range on the electric side of things. Main time, it's going to take 17 hours, which I just don't know why it's taking 17 hours. Ridiculous, but you know, there we go. And it's 27%. If I try to turn the car on, I might be able to do that. Let's see what happens. Can I turn the car on? Goodbye copyright infringement or potential copyright infringement. Can I clear this screen? No, I can't. That is a bit of a shame. So I wanted to see sort of various things. We're going to have to do this in the morning, aren't we, viewers? When we actually have a bit more light. We can then compare what's been going on. One thing I have done, which I might be able to show you, this car menu here. Please keep the vehicle engine running. Well, I don't think it's going to run the engine at the moment, so just see. I have put this into a special mode actually to change the battery priority, which actually has started to give me better fuel economy. But yeah, we can see this tomorrow because there we go. That's better. 4 hours 55 minutes. But you know, all the statistics are in the central screen, so we can't actually show you. But that's the time of day. We left at, well, I don't know, just before 2. It took us about 5 hours to get here. And tomorrow we're going off to North Wales, so hopefully I'll be able to just get a quick video in the morning, and we'll actually get some footage of me when I'm driving. The reason I haven't shown that is because my lady wife doesn't really like appearing on camera. You've probably never seen her on camera. Some of you have met her at some of the social events, but she doesn't really like appearing on camera, so I'm just very careful about that. Right. I think that'll do for now. So I have to turn this off manually. Oh, I think I've got to turn it off manually, viewers. Alright then. Oh, no, hang on. Is it going to let me? Oh, it's raining. Okay, a second side. Why does this sort of thing always happen, viewers? Oh, here we go. Yes. So Right, charger connected. Yes, it is. Okay, we have 281 miles of combined range, 273 miles of petrol because I have filled up. I think we've done about 80 miles since we left Albury, which is where I filled up, and it is charging, and it'll be charged by the morning. So if I press OK, I think I should be able to show some statistics as well. Gosh, you never know what's going to happen, do you, viewers? It's a real test. There we go. So today I did 239 miles, not quite as far as I thought. It was exactly 5 hours. The average speed was 48 miles per hour. There was a lot of traffic, and the average consumption was 45 miles per gallon. So it is improving a little bit on what we saw before. And yeah, I got the car at, I think it was actually under 2,200 miles when I got the car. So there we go, how exciting. Right, we will return in the morning. Good morning. Today is the 10th of September. Just pause my music there because we don't want any copyright infringement. And we're on the way to a place called Holywell, which is just south of the North Wales coast, and we're going to be filming a good deal of cars in the area. At the moment it's showing I've got 272 miles of fuel, and I've got 17 miles of electric range, is 55%.
After 300 yards, turn left onto Sea Hill Road.
I'm afraid I'm having to use the MG iGo sat-nav today because, let me put it this way, one of my phones doesn't have...
Take the second left.
Yes, I know. One of my phones doesn't have adequate sort of sound for this kind of thing, and I don't really want to wear a microphone using the other one. And this phone, if you connect this up to the car, then I can't use it as a camera for the Android Auto and things. So we're using the built-in MG iGo sat-nav, and some of you who've seen some of the previous videos know how I feel about
After 0.9 miles, turn right.
About MG's iGo sat-nav system. It does not, I repeat, not support full postcode entry. You can only enter the first part of the postcode, so I don't know where I'm going, is in CH8 today, and then you enter the number, and then you can't enter any more. You then have to manually select the street name. It's very slow and a bit hopeless. It's a bit faster in this, but still not having full postcode entry with a car that I think it partly was engineered in this country, I think is a bit of a disappointment. Now you can use Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and I have been using Android Auto yesterday. That's what I would normally use. I'm just not doing that because we're using this camera today to record some driving footage. There was a problem yesterday with charging the car overnight. I don't think it was the car's fault. I think it was just the fact that the socket that we were using at my father-in-law's house is a little bit dodgy, and I don't think it was just kind of working the whole time. Sometimes sockets don't work, and you know, it's just the way that it is. So I've not got full electric power, but we will sort that out later on.
After 300 yards, turn right onto A548.
Yes, we are just literally in Wales. We've just crossed the border. I stayed in England overnight because that's actually where my father-in-law lives. He lives just over the border in England.
After 100 yards, turn right.
But we're having going to be nice and on time today, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we won't have to fill up again until, I don't know, somewhere like Lancaster, where we're going to be ending up near there. So yes, the average fuel consumption so far for the car is about 45.3. I'm already getting 40. I'm hoping I'll get, you know, much more than that today, but we'll have to see. Right, I think that's enough waffling on from me for now anyway. I'll come back when we reach our first location. Right viewers, we've just arrived in a place called Holywell, and there is a car that's just down the road that I'm going to be filming. I've already filmed 2 today. I'm not actually going to give away what cars I've filmed today, but I'm just going to say that the owners of these 2 cars do know each other, and I've filmed some of their cars before. So far so good. Weather's not the best. I've just realised I've left my umbrella in one of the cars that I filmed today. Oh dear. I'll have to come back and get that another time. Right viewers, here we are at Warton Crag, which is just on the edge of the Lake District. Planetauto have this Navara at the moment, but I can't talk about it because it has
we cannot talk about this.
We can't talk about it because it has an engine that is powered by forbidden fuel. We've just been filming this little Twingo for no budget reviews. I can't believe how much fun you can have for £1,000 in a car like that. Let's take a look and see what the figures are like for the efficiency and stuff like that. I really need to hoover this out before it goes back to MG next week. We've done a lot of miles in this now. I reset the trip back in Eastleigh, so we'll be able to see on here if I just switch it on just how many miles we've actually done. So I've got 152 miles of fuel remaining, 6 miles of battery because I was using it when the traffic jams on the M6 on the way up here. Whilst we're here, we'll just take a quick look at the interior because we haven't actually done that yet. These are the piano keys along which operate the volume controls. So it's a home button for the main screen here. It has got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I have been using Android Auto today and that works really well. Though you can't start it up unless you actually parked. It doesn't like you doing that. The biggest issue I'm having is that, you know, there's a car settings on there, and we can have a look at things like the speed assistance and lane keeping assist, which I have put onto lane keeping. You can adjust the sensitivity of it. Normal seems to be just fine. I don't have the alert on because that would be very annoying. MG Pilot, which is the safety suite system, got things like forklift system, that's come in a few times. The rear driving assist, that's when you're reversing. Blind spot detection, lane changing system, rear cross traffic alert, all that sort of stuff. One of the things that I would recommend you do with this car to maximise the economy on the motorway is to take it off default and put it on medium. Now medium only will hold around 50% of the battery, and it will stop charging the car about then. If you put it onto the high level, that tries to charge it all the way up. It's like, the edges just come on. It's kind of like EV hold would be for certain things. I'll put it back onto medium and the engine will probably turn off, which it has done. And if I put this into EV mode, it will turn the engine off entirely. So yeah, it's not available in EV mode, but that's fine. It will come back on the next time. Comfort and convenience, we've got things like ambient lighting. At the moment it's on blue. Just about see that on the camera. You can actually change it so that you can have different colours. I like the blue, so I'm going to leave it. Really it should be red on an MG, but you know, that's just my kind of funny preference. Locking, key unlock, I like it when it unlocks all the doors, and passive unlock all doors. The auto blower level, automatic heated rear window, how exciting. And tailgate open position, that's interesting. The automatic mirror folding is on there, and you know, we've got an OK button here. Oh, sorry, there's a little star button. Now that will actually just go straight through the smartphone settings, which is quite interesting. You can change that. 2 USB ports down here, just underneath the controls are changing that to do heating and ventilation. I don't like cars that force you to touchscreen to use this to get into ventilation mode. It's really bad. I think that's terrible. Glove box is in there. I think the secret mission documents will go in. No, not quite. I think the earlier ones did. I have some other ones, but these ones do not. So we'll just get rid of that. Heated rear window and a demist, which is very useful. Just like an MG3, the has a lot of window switches down there. That opens the boot. That's for the 360 camera, which I will show you. There we go. We can actually see Mr Quirk and Mr Ellis Cracksford standing there, and we can see that we're right in front of the Navara. We can change that onto like a 3D mode, which makes the car look all blurred and weird, which is interesting. But we can have a camera down there. We can see front wheels views. That's if you're parking by a curb. We can just see out of the front, wide view, and we can have a wide view at the back as well, and all sorts of fun and games you can play around with the camera to your heart's content. But I'm going to put it back on the main menu. Actually, let's be out. There we go. Right, main menu. Oh, I've got to turn the camera off. Right, we'll use the button there. There we go. 2 cup holders here. I think that's the place where the key's supposed to sit. I think that charges it and stuff. Big cup holders, very big. You can chill bottles and things using the air conditioning there. This actually slides forward and back as well. This car, being an exclusive, has the full leather interior. Weirdly, this is an earlier build car. The later build cars don't say A-Drive on them. I don't know why. Very nice steering wheel. All kinds of things like active cruise control, which I've been using, and all the MG Pilot stuff is in here as well. In fact, we'll just take a look at some of the figures. There we go. Here, total 45 miles per gallon. Yes, 370 miles I've done since I left Eastleigh yesterday. So yeah, it's quite a lot, really. There's a tire pressure monitoring, battery voltage, hybrid information. There's all kinds of fun and games on there. Right, let's turn the car off for a second. One of the great things about this car is actually the panoramic sunroof, which, particularly if you're in the back, and these are soft touch door tops, just like they are in the front, and there is a little bottle holder down there as well. We've actually got material here as well, and material there. It's fantastic. There's the space in here. Space is really good. It's really, really good. Got some storage there, 2 USB ports down there, and some vents, and a panoramic sunroof, which will sell this car to a lot of people. Also, you can adjust the angle of the backrest. You can see you can put that forward a bit like that, and then we can put it back. It just depends what you want, really. I think maybe if it were me, I'd have this a little bit further forward. And yes, we've got LED lights for both of the passengers if there are only 2 people in the back. The seats are a bit weird. In fact, they're quite bulky, and they have this hole in them, which I can only suggest that's for making it so that it looks like you can put straps through there for doing rallies. But yes, you probably won't be doing that in a car like this, I shouldn't think. I like the red stitching down the interior. That's a very, very typical of the modern era of MG. Yes, I've done so many miles in this car over the last couple of days. I think we're over 400 miles now, but it's getting a little bit filthy. I'm going to have to get this cleaned at some point. Electric tailgate, stand right back. Rear parking sensors, though not on the front in this car for some reason. I think that's a dealer fit option if your dealer can do it. Don't quote me on that. Under here, my rather messy cable stowage. I should really sort that out. I'm really bad at stowing cables and things. About 448 litres of space. The standard non-hybrid version of this has a little bit more. It's about 463, and you can't obviously get a spare wheel or anything because there's no room for it, which does annoy me a little bit, but you know, it's just the way it goes. Electric tailgate on this one. Not all the HSs have an electric tailgate, and certainly the one that we tested that was a manual 6-speed back in December 2019 just had a normal tailgate. Fuel flaps either side. Well, I should say one fuel flap and one charge flap, and I've been using both. Right, okay, well I think that's quite enough for this first part of the third year channel anniversary, a week with a 2021 MG HS plug-in hybrid exclusive. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the next video, taking in of course these wonderful 360-degree cameras. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment below. Social media links are down below. Obviously subscribe to Planetauto for a review of this Navara about which we do not talk. Thank you.